Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a max effort upper day. But a quick reminder for those of you who watch these videos, please remember to click like down below, be greatly appreciated. Although I don't know if I need to call these effort upper and lower days anymore, because I think I'm going to go back to doing only the way I used to do it 4 days a week for a little while. I want to give it a try. I think it'll actually be good because I just need to be lifting heavier more often right now. I think it would do me a lot of good. So I'll probably have 2 bench days, a squat and a deadlift day for only variations, and just do rep work afterwards. Although I'm going to do a lot more fives and then save the higher rep stuff, I think a little bit for the smaller exercises. But today, the benching felt a little heavy on the eccentric. I didn't want to go much heavier, mainly because I just felt my chest lighting up a lot. And, that really tells me a lot about where my weak points are. I felt a ton of upper chest on that training max. Now, could I have gone heavier? Sure. Felt like I could have, but it just felt a little slow, felt a little heavy. Didn't want to overdo it. As long as I got a good training response, I'm happy. That tells me that really that whole upper chest area, maybe front delts, just needs a lot more work. I'm noticing I didn't feel any triceps at all. Right, even though there was a little bit of band added, I didn't really feel triceps. Now, the fact that I didn't feel triceps also tells us something about where we are in terms of max, right? Means I probably had another attempt left in there. Because usually when I get to about 95%, above 95%, I feel a lot of triceps on my max pressing. And today it was just mostly that upper chest area. So I know that I need to keep working this incline work, probably need to keep working overhead stuff, front delts. So I went ahead and did fives on both pause bench. And, again, I didn't take those to the bleeding edge. I left reps in reserve. But I wanted to get good long pauses and explode as hard as possible, right? I wanted to explode as hard as possible. But I am doing, a lot more fives and sixes right now just to get more tension on everything. I want more myofibrillar growth. I want additional neural drive because I feel like that's kind of what I'm missing too. Yes, I need to get bigger. But lots of people tell me, they look at some of the clips and see the angles are like, with the amount of size you have on your upper body, I'm surprised you don't bench 405 plus. I've had multiple people say that. So, again, I need to keep getting bigger and working on body composition, losing body fat. And body fat's a higher priority at this moment. But, how much of it is the lack of neural drive. Sure, I've been doing conjugate a little again for a while. But, I wasn't really getting those heavy singles, and I was messing with the 5-3-1 type training. I really wasn't. It really is a strength volume approach. And so I feel like I just need to get more tension on things. I need to get a bigger shift towards myofibrillar growth too, because some of that I look at and I wonder, all the tens I've done, large amounts of tens, have I gotten bigger relative to where my strength should be? I don't know. And we know that size is the number one factor, but we've got to get some neural drive in there, right? We have to get it. But I'm also fatter than I think people realize too. They see my arms and legs and think that I'm at a low body fat. I don't think I'm under 15%. I don't think that I am. Because of, again, what I hold around the waistline, the low back, stuff like that. So we have to get leaner. I've got to lose body fat. I need to be more efficient. But also by that same token, I need to make sure my myofibrillar growth is as high as I can get it. Really needs to be a bigger factor right now. Along with tendons, again, I've said already with what I'm doing with supplementation is very heavy on tendons and fat loss. Okay, that's the idea. Well, the heavier work builds tendons, and that's something that has to be discussed as well. When it comes to tendon growth, really the high rep band stuff that I do can build tendons, but heavier weight builds tendons. Okay, we know that. Okay. The heavier the weight that you're loading on a tendon, the better the hypertrophy is in it. You're not dealing with the same contractile elements that you are on your muscles. It's just not the same. So what else did we do? We did standing presses. We did incline. Everything paused. I want to get more powerful out of the bottom one on my pressing. Okay, so I want to build the muscles in those areas, right? The muscle fibers involved with that explosiveness out of the bottom. and I need to build the overall muscle. So that also means, more delt, all that stuff. Pecs, delts, all that. But I really do want to do triceps also. So there's a little more focus on front delt and tricep than there is chest. And that's another thing to think about, is that chest can only handle so much workload too. Okay? It can only handle so much. So I did all of that. Then I did the weighted pull-ups again. Again, I want to remove axial loading, I think, on the upper body days as much as I possibly can, because I'm going to be doing more axial loading now. Okay, I'm going to be subjected to more of that on lower body days. So I really want traction-based stuff. So I'm also doing the same thing. I've got really good at high volumes for my back, but I need to get good at lifting heavier weights again, so weighted pull-ups and things. And I think that's going to be the way to save my shoulders also. It's the sheer volume of some of these movements. It's overuse that causes the issues. If I can cut the overall reps down, it will be better on the joints. Okay? It'll be better on the joints and get more total effective reps. Okay? So we focus on myofibrillar growth, saving my joints, building tendons. So we did those things, weighted pull-ups, and then I finished off with supersets for my arms at the end. Now, I wanted to mess with this again today and see how it felt. I'm not sure how I feel about this versus the easy bar. I'm not sure how I feel about this, although I could make the case for I could just come in and do JM presses. Since I'm going to do some band press downs also, I could just do JM presses in place of this as well. Okay, it is something I'm thinking about doing, and we might do that. But I do like those extensions behind the head. They do build the triceps up, because I just flat need more tricep. So that's kind of where I'm torn right now for that slot. Do I want to do an extension or do I want to do a JM press? But the thing to think about there, look how much pressing I'm getting. I'm doing 3 different press variations. I don't know that I'm going to benefit from a 4th one, just trying to do a bigger movement. We get that with the incline, the overhead, all that. So maybe I need to be doing smaller tricep movements just to make sure that they're fully developed. In which case what I'm doing here is fine. Do extensions and then the high rep band press downs. Right? Again, this is for the tendon health, getting that pump, that lockout strength. And I went, like I said, I went with hammer curls this time because, again, I did a few weeks of supine grip curls again, but we don't want to get overuse from that stuff. You have to be very, very careful of that. And I feel like hammer curls bring a lot to the table for my grip and forearms, not just the biceps. And we need those things to get stronger also. And they complement my pull-ups really, really well to help get those stronger. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.